If you've got a Volvo VNL64T that you've got to replace the starter for, be very careful if you're doing it yourself, but I'm going to show you how to do it. You can actually maim yourself or kill yourself if this drops on your head, so you want to be extremely careful. Disconnect the leads. We've got the negative here. I've already taken them off. If there's a lot of stuff and it's on one, what you can do is just zip tie it together. That's what I do sometimes. Forgive the train in the background. And then we've got this hot that we just take off right there and set it right there. We go under. And here is the starter. So there's a couple things you need to take off first. We've got the hot there. There's two, and I'm going to zip tie those together and let them hang. Kind of push them over to the side. There's the negative, and these are 19 millimeters. And then right here, there are two that you need to take off. Keep them with yourself because the new starter does not come with these. And these two are 12 millimeter. And I've gotten those mixed up before, so what I do is I get a piece of paper with a tag or a zip tie or something. This one I've already got a tag at right bottom, so I'll put that on the bottom one, which makes the other one obviously the top, so when you reassemble it, they can go on the right ones. Got the positive off, got those two zip tied so I just don't get them mixed up later, even though they won't quite stretch all the way up there. I've got those two in the back off. I got the bottom one marked bottom, and while you have them off, check on the back, see if they are corroded, and go ahead and clean those off if they are. The hardest part about this step is actually taking this one off. I could not, and never can, get a socket all the way up there, so I have to get a box wrench. I always have to use the open-ended part. I can get this side on, but it can never turn with any degree of success. Got all those off, and take this bracket off that is also at 12 millimeter, and just shove this whole thing to the side as far as you can. I've gone ahead and put the nuts and the one bolt on here. I don't like hunting for these later when I put this back up and they're all over the ground. Put that one there. This one comes with one, you gotta back that off, so that one's already on there. So I took this down. This is a 12 millimeter from right here, just so I can get easier access up there. It's not directly in the way, but the way the cables stick out is over there. And I've just draped them over here. Getting the mounting bolts off. They're in a triangle pattern. There's one on the very bottom here, one up in the top left, and then one up in the top right. Kind of see it in the center of the screen right there in the back. The bottom one right here is not so hard. The top two are a little bit more difficult to do. You have to go and take this off. These are 18 millimeter. They are not 19 like the nuts on here. They're 18. If you put 19 on here, you're just gonna strip them out and you're gonna have a hell of a time getting this thing off. So this one on the bottom was loose, and I had to get my socket up and get this one on. From right here is the left, but truck side it's right. That's the passenger side, and I had to smack it with a hammer. It's not all that fine tooth, but the finer tooth you get, the better. This is just a standard Evercraft, so nothing too special, but it does have enough give to get back and forth, and I couldn't get it all with my hand. I had to hammer it. Once I got that one loose, I then tightened up this one, because this is gonna be the last one that I'm gonna take actually off. I've got to take this whole shroud up there off, that deal right there, and then I can get to the one on the driver's side on the left if you're sitting in the truck. Get that one off, get this one off, and then I will come back under here and take this off while my body is not under it. I will be off to the side, and then I come from up top and hammer that off. Now that I've got those two loose, the top right one or the one near the driver's side, I gotta get loose. I gotta come from up here. So I'm gonna take this entire thing off. Volvo is in love with their 13 and 12 millimeters. So on here, there's a few you need to take off. Don't worry about this. But right here on this bracket, the any nuts that you get are gonna be 13 millimeter, and any of the bolts will be 12. So go ahead and get that thing off. There's two right here, one in there and one in there. Those would be 12. Got that off. It did come off in one piece, as you can see here, all one piece. Kind of hard, but you gotta really reef on it to get it up and over here. You can barely make the clearance, then pull it, and you just kind of wiggle it out and it comes out. Now to get that top bolt on nearest the driver's side or on the right side, this is how I've always done it. Not sure the proper way, but get this guy on there as much as you can sit right there. You can't even, this one I can get like half a click, so I had to adjust it by hand. This you're just gonna have to kind of figure out. It is not fun, and don't do this right after the truck is turned off. I don't see why you'd replace the starter right after it's running anyway, but this will be hot. You'll burn yourself badly. But what I had to do is I had this up here, which it's loose now, so it's just sagging down, and then I took a pry bar, put it right up in in there, and then I pressed down. And I had to do that a couple times, get it back out, and then rotate it one click by hand, put it back in, and do that same thing. I did that like 5 or 6 times. So yeah, it is tedious. This is probably the worst part. It's my least favorite part. I usually get the top 2 off first and then do the bottom one from down below, but for the purposes of this video, if anybody's following, I've got that one off and I decided to do the bottom second. And then this one up here, just in case anybody's following, I don't want anybody to get hurt following my instructional stuff. That one right there is still there, so we're on the top, and we'll remove that from up here. Everything is off. We've got all of the cables off and all of the nuts are off, which is all 3 of them. And so I'm going to put a pry bar down there, and I'm going to let the thing fall just down there. I've never had an issue with it messing anything up, but I do not like the idea of this falling on top of me and crushing my skull. There we go. And there it is, dropped down there. What I did, I actually put my long pry bar through here and pushed up on it while I had my small pry bar back there, and I wiggled it out because I did not want to be under that thing at all. I keep bringing that up, but these things, they can really damage your body, so be careful when you're doing one of these. Here it is completely out. I've not replaced the other one, but I will do that. I'm going to show a breakdown of everything that I used. Of course, you need a light. I get an 18mm socket, 19, a 12 with an extension here, a small 12, this to clean up some of the contacts, and then a box wrench. I got 19, 18, 13, and 12, and then I got a hammer to hammer this guy sometimes, and also you want to use some pry bars on occasion to also push on that and then push this beast out if you don't plan on being under it. It is the next day. I got pulled off and then it was the end of the day, so we're getting back to it. The new starter I have set right there, ready to pull in, and I can't really get it on myself, on my chest, on the creeper and then roll under. It just smacks everything and it's cumbersome and it's not fun to do. So what I do is I get under there with the creeper, I'll put this on my chest. This is the bottom part that faces down, and then I will slide it on and get the nut on. What I do is I put all 3 of them just right there so it's easy access when I have that up, because this thing's fairly heavy. You're holding it with one hand and then you grab one of the nuts with the other and then put it on the bottom, and I'll get it as tight as I can with my hand and then come up above and do the top ones. Since I'm down here, I'm going to go ahead and clean this up. I forgot to do that. This part I'm not going to be able to film because I've got to use 2 hands and I don't have a mount for my phone out here. So I'm going to put this on my chest as best I can, then get it up here and make sure that the part with the line, or if yours doesn't have that, that all the junk on the bottom there is facing down towards yourself. This is the most dangerous part. This can severely injure you if it falls on your head or any part of your body. So be very, very careful when you're doing this step. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and get this up and on here, and then I will get the bottom one as tight as I can by hand and then go above and do the top ones. It is on. I wish I would have filmed that. That's the easiest this has ever gone on. I just lifted it straight up and popped in here. Go very slow while you do this. You don't want to bump it and have it fall on you. But right here where I put the battery cables to the side, this really helps to get it down, and extremely helps to get it up, because these will not be hanging in your way, and those can cause a lot of issues just bumping into them and being in your way. So we'll go ahead and do the top 2 hand tight, then I will come down here and do the bottom one as tight as I can get it with the socket, and then do the same up there. So basically you work back and forth. You don't want to reef down all the way on one and then go up to another one and then start on that, because you can see there's a little gap right there that might stick, that might stay there, and that is not what you want. You want it flush as possible. This back one is the hardest one. I had to put it between 2 of my fingers and then rotate it with my thumb. There might be an easier way to do this, but that's the way I do it. I've got somewhat of a thin build, at least in my hands. My gut, not so much anymore. But I get it on there and get it as tight as I can. Not sure if you can see that's directly in the center of the screen. The more frustrated you get, the harder it's actually going to be. I've done that a few times, so just be patient and try to get this on. I will tighten those on the top and then tighten on the bottom, and then we just get the cables and everything back on. A tip that can save you a massive amount of headache is get a pry bar down there, and you get it right there, and you, it slipped. Try not to let it slip, but what you do is you get it in there and you lift up, so I can focus, lift up, and then the back right there, the top end, see, that closes the gap, and then you can get it more finger tight. So that is one tip, to get it as tight as possible with your hands before you go in and tighten it with the socket. Now that it is all up and secure, everything is as tight as I can get it. Right here, I'm going to take this off and put the lead, the negative, if I can see this, sorry, it's a tight fit down here. Get it in here, and I leave this washer here because I don't want it turning and pulling on that. So what I will do is I will push the washer down, I'll put the negative on there, and then tighten it down. And this part, these are great, these nuts, they do have these parts that spin on it, so when you get it really tight, they're not actually going to turn with it, but I'm still going to leave this. I'll do this one first, then I will get these on, and I did mark that one as a bottom yesterday. That saves me a lot of headache, bottom. And then of course the top one up there, and then I will get the positive on right here. And we've got this 12 millimeter. Everything is back together. The support's there, back on, everything's good. Let's get up top and put the batteries connected, and we will give this a shot. The batteries are back on, and some of these Volvos do have this on off. If you've got that, go ahead and turn it to on. Now is the moment of truth. Every time I've ever done this, I get to this step, I'm like, was it really the starter? But we shall see. Hey, we got it. Now that we've successfully got it started, that is how you do a starter. Be sure to replace that shroud that goes here. And there are two 12s down there. And then right here is the 12, 13, 13. I'm not sure why it failed, but it did fail. And this is the green, so you know this is stock factory. So I hope this helped somebody. Thank you for watching to this point if you did. And go ahead and subscribe and like if this did help you. And above all, be careful if you do this. This can fall on you. Either one can fall on you. The brand new one or the old one, they weigh exactly the same. And you can severely hurt yourself, so be careful. Have a good day.